looking at portfolio theory. So far, we've been able to lay down what we call the portfolio equation. What we call the portfolio equation, which says that returns of a portfolio equals, we have to start with the risk-free rate of return. So we have here risk-free plus into brackets here we have ERM minus RF. ERM minus RF. And then of course, this, when you go for market portfolios, ladies and gentlemen, as opposed to treasury bills, as opposed to government bonds, when you go to treasury, or rather when you go to market portfolios, ladies and gentlemen, these are risky returns. So if they are risky returns, these excess returns here must be multiplied with the risk factors. Risk factors are standard deviations. So we have here the standard deviation of the portfolio all over the standard deviation of what here? The market. Standard deviation of the portfolio all over standard deviation of the market. From there, ladies and gentlemen, we went straight away to what we call the CAPM. And we were able to get the CAPM returns. CAPM returns, if you can recall, we said CAPM returns equals risk-free plus, into brackets here, we have ERM minus risk-free. If you recall, we said under CAPM, ladies and gentlemen, we normally work with beta. Beta. So instead of talking of beta, remember here beta, it will be beta of what here? Somebody. Beta of the security, because beta of the market is always what here? Is always 1. Is always 1. So I hope you guys during the week, or that is 2 weeks that you have not met, you got some time to review this, to review what we did, So that now today, we will look at straight away the portfolio performance measures. Mention their portfolio performance measures. Portfolio performance measures. Portfolio performance measures. Portfolio performance portfolio. Portfolio performance measures. Portfolio performance measures. Fortunately, we have already done some important portfolio performance measure. How do you get to tell that this particular portfolio is performing so well? Is performing poorly? One of the models that you've been singing about here with yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, is the Jensen's model. The Jensen's model. So we have number 1, Jensen's model. The Jensen's model. The Jensen's model, ladies and gentlemen, under Jensen's model, if you can recall, how do we measure performance under Jensen's model? We calculate alpha values. So here, we normally calculate the alpha values. Alpha values of securities, alpha values of portfolios. So for instance, if you are given here as an illustration, if you are given, ladies and gentlemen, here, your portfolios. So we have here portfolios, you could be talking of portfolio A, B, and C. And then they have given us the expected returns of our portfolios or of our securities. In terms of percentages, this is 20, this is 22, and perhaps this is 15. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they have even gone ahead to give us the beta factors of the securities. The beta factors of our securities, here we have 0.3, here we have negative 0.8, here we have 1.2, like that. Additional information, they have basically given us the risk-free rate of return. The risk-free rate of return is 10%. The risk-free rate of return is 10%. And then we are required to evaluate the performance of the above portfolios. Evaluate the performance of the above portfolios of the above portfolios, evaluate the performance of the above portfolios using the Jensen's model. Using the Jensen's model. Evaluate the performance of the above portfolios using the Jensen's model. Using the Jensen's model. Using the Jensen's model. Now, ladies and gentlemen, could you kindly do me a favor? How do we start tackling this kind of a question? Where should we begin working this question from? They want us, ladies and gentlemen, they have given us a portfolio betas. They have given us expected returns of these portfolios. And then they have given us the risk-free rate of return is 10%. Then they want us to do something very easy. They want us to evaluate the performance of the above portfolios. Don't forget to mention the model using the Jensen's model. Using the Jensen's model. Solution. The first thing that you will do, my friends, is to calculate the CAPM returns. If you want to use Jensen's model to evaluate performance, the first thing that you do is to calculate the CAPM returns. Give us the CAPM returns. So come and give us the CAPM returns here, ladies and gentlemen. Give us the CAPM returns here. So CAPM returns, what do we have, ladies and gentlemen? CAPM returns of a security will always be given by us taking the risk-free rate of return into, we have expected returns of the market minus risk-free multiplied by beta over a security. I forgot to give you in the additional information, I forgot to give you expected returns of the market. I forgot to give you the expected returns of the market. Kindly insert expected returns of the market. Expected returns of the market. Insert here the expected returns of the market. Expected returns of the market, ladies and gentlemen, here, let's work with 23%. 23%. 23%. 23%. Just insert it there. So straight away, come and give us the CAPM returns of A. CAPM returns of A will be equal to the risk-free. Already we have the risk-free. I'll have to forget the percentages. Normally, our returns must be in form of percentages, but we don't keep on putting them in our analysis. So we talk of 10 plus, what do we have here, somebody? Expected returns of the market, 23. 23 minus the risk-free rate of return. Ladies and gentlemen, risk-free rate of return here, risk-free rate of return is 10. 10 multiplied, ladies and gentlemen, by the beta of security A. Beta of security A is 0. What here? Is 0.3. Beta of security A is 0.3. Beta of security A is 0.3. Is 0.3. So could you kindly give me this answer? Kindly give me this answer. Somebody give me the CAPM returns of A. CAPM returns of A will be equal to what, somebody? CAPM returns of A. 13.9. Thank you, and thank you very much. Now, please go to B and utilize the same approach, same model to be able to give us the CAPM returns of B. So CAPM returns of B, I'm following this model. CAPM returns of B, we are following this model. The risk-free is 10 plus, into brackets here, we have expected returns of the market, which are 23, minus 10, multiplied by beta of B, which is negative 0.8, given here. So then this one here will be equal to what, ladies and gentlemen? So 10 plus, open brackets, 23 minus 10, close, times negative 0.8. Please give us an answer. I'm waiting to hear from you. Negative, eh? Somebody is giving us here a figure of negative 0.4. Are we getting this figure from only one student? Auma, thank you very much. How about the other students? I'm waiting to get. Because you see body mass, 23 minus 10 is 13. So 13 times that minus 0.8, right? Samuel has given me the same figure, minus 0.4. Thank you, and thank you very much. So please go ahead and evaluate CAPM returns of C. Give us the CAPM returns of C. Give us the CAPM returns of C. This will be 10 into 23 minus 10 times 1.2. This one, ladies and gentlemen, will give us what figure at the end of the day for C? $25.6. Now, ladies and gentlemen, having gotten now the CAPM returns, I will very easily give you the Jensen's alpha values. So come and mention there, Jensen's alpha values. How do we get the Jensen's alpha values? To get the Jensen's alpha value, alpha of a security will always be obtained by us taking expected returns of the security minus the CAPM returns, minus the CAPM returns of the security. So alpha of a security equals expected returns of a security minus the CAPM returns of a security. So come here and give us the alpha of A. Alpha of A, you can see our column of expected returns. This is a column of expected returns. So expected returns of A, ladies and gentlemen, will be 20 minus the CAPM returns of A. CAPM returns of A, ladies and gentlemen, we can see a figure of what here? 13.9. So could you kindly give me an answer? And I hope my cameraman can see me all the way up to down here. So somebody give us here 20 minus 13.9. What figure are we getting? 6.1. So meaning that A is a profitable security. A is a profitable security. And if it's a profitable security, what name do we give to it professionally? We call it a super efficient security. So this is super efficient. This is super what here? Super efficient. The security there is super efficient. Any profitable security, any security whose alpha is positive, meaning this is a profit, straight away the security becomes what is super efficient. From there we go to B. B, we have expected returns 22 minus the CAPM returns that we got up there, which are a negative 0.4 like that. So ladies and gentlemen, come and give us the alpha values, ladies and gentlemen, of B. The alpha value of B. $22.4. Again, it's profitable. So this means what here? Super efficient. It is super efficient. So long as it's a profitable security, we'll be talking of super efficiency. Go, ladies and gentlemen, to C. See what do we have here? C, I can see the expected return of C is 15. So we have here 15, ladies and gentlemen, minus our CAPM returns of C. CAPM returns of C, which are 25.6. So could you kindly give me an answer? 15 minus this will give me what figure? I'm waiting. 15 minus 25.6 will give us what figure? Negative 10.6, which means that this is what here somebody it's an inefficient portfolio, an inefficient what here security, because it's a loss-making security. It is a loss-making security. It's a loss-making security. It's a loss-making security. It's a loss-making security. It's a loss-making security. Any question regarding this? Any question regarding this? So if you want to, ladies and gentlemen, get more questions on this particular area, remember we have got videos in your platform. In our platform, we have got videos which you need to go and watch later. You watch later for you to say that this concept has really sunk home. nicely, has sunk home nicely. So there is no question. Mention there model number 2. Model number 2, what do we have there? Mention Sharpe's model. Go to Sharpe's model. So Sharpe's model. Sharpe's model.